Here, it's me, JK. Hello, mentors. Thank you so much for clicking and watching my video again with curiosity and kindness. I'm a lifelong learner, language learner, want to be a science coach and great thinker. This is my learning log channel. I hope I can grow with you, sharing my learning journey with my mentors who can give me an advice and helps me about my curious, impulsive questions. It is already late at this point in the middle of October as of today because I took too long time to research and edit this video. I had a hard time to organize my thoughts. However, I decided to keep on going this trend because it is more makes sense to me. It is the way I really do to prepare the classroom. My content consists of 4 parts: driving question, 3 golden keys, and warm up and more questions. Today, driving question is, what do I do at the first day of school? I am dreaming about it since I'm trying to change the subject to science, even though I had many years, many first day of teaching language students. It becomes a more exciting thought as I think about more. What do I do at the first day of a school year in order to have a good year? Like the first button on the shirt, it's clearly important how to start the school year. I want to say that even if we don't need to panic because we know we will have a makeup chance later on, but just takes more time or more effort. So even then, how do I start the school year? My biggest goal for the starting year is building the relationship and setting the classroom frame. I try to obtain my data and information as much I can. It could be a survey from parents and students or other teachers. Earlier, I used to collect a paper survey, but nowadays I could use a Google form instead. It makes me easy to collect and organize and analyze later. What I meant by the classroom frame is close to the classroom routine. I try to set up the frame like I'm doing for my video, even though you can change your frame later on. I feel better to have something structured than nothing. So I set up some routines such as posting DQ, driving question, homework further, Google Classroom setting, or vocabulary quiz routine, or access sleep, and etc. Three, my 3 golden keys are answer to the 3 questions. Do I need the icebreaker? What to consider? How to start? Short answer to my question is, do I need an icebreaker? Is yes. If you stepping in the middle of or school year, we need something. It sure help you because I have a faith in building the good relationship with a student is one or the most important key in my classroom. I mean, not only the relationship between teacher and student, but also in between students. If you are a firm believer on building the relationship takes time, it's okay to do that way for sure, but I experienced that students seems to approach me more when I open myself first. Was that I fill in the vacant position because the teacher had to move out of state suddenly 10 years ago. It was middle of a semester. I was so excited and I still can remember the mixed feeling of a thrill, excitement, and fear at the night before I started to teach. I practiced what to say literally hundreds of times, word by words. I cannot remember how it was, but by the fact that I'm still teaching and my interest and passion grew bigger, I survived. When I did my student teaching for biology at high school student, I stepped in again in the middle of a school year. After many years of experience, now I know it is a different to start at the middle of the year to the beginning of the school year. When I stepped in, I missed this first day of chance to build a relationship in classroom frame. Without this step, students might keep complaining they want their regular teachers back or not respect or do not give you full trust or so. Also, I could set the boundary how much I want to open myself to students. For example, I use this chance to teach them how to call me. I think the main purpose of icebreaker activity is building the relationship, as I mentioned it 100 times already. One of the speaker at the PD said that teachers have to find something who can make students like us. I agree with that strongly. I do not think what the speaker meant that teacher need to be popular um, as the quality of like celebrity. I think it's more of a focusing on positive curiosity and expectation as a human being and build a trust between you and students. Moreover, not all students are confident or have friends in classroom, even though many of them went through the same elementary or junior high, and not always the same as they do understand what other strengths and weakness and interests and push buttons after long years they have known each other. A minor race in my country, the United States, where I live in now, I feel grateful that I could gain easy attention and curiosity from students. I try not to miss this chance and convert into the positive and relevant to the topic or subject what I want to teach. Also, I'm thrilled to see students build a new relationship or expand their already existed relationship with a new perspective in my classroom. But at the same time, there might be a certain stereotype you might need to face, such as a gender character. I noticed the students often have a different expectation and standard between tight young female teacher and big experienced male teacher. It might help you depending how to use your icebreaker to set your identity and character to your students. When I do icebreaker activity, I do consider the next list of things. I do consider sharing personal interest, name sharing, building the relationship, physical activity, humor, retractable or recordable, and using science knowledge or like specific subject related information or skills are good to consider. What icebreaker I do not like is there are tons of icebreaker ideas in first day activity. It could be overwhelming, so I implemented this method to figure it out what kind of icebreaker that I want. Sometimes I feel like it's easy to start to cross out something I really don't like instead of what I really want, because I always want more and more. So, too much focus on individual talent or ability, or only for fun, too much prep, too much explanations, too much time expected, only for memorizing name. In the name of love, I do not like the activity for only learning names. I try to think of some what activity require thinking, writing, topic related, social bonding, and retractable and recordable, and also kind of I can see a little bit of their prior knowledge or interest. Here are some more ideas about icebreaker game which I found on the web. I was surprised to see some ideas because I never tried to experiment as the first day activity because it seems too hard that I might be able to handle. Here are my example of icebreaker game. I did my truth or dare icebreaker game when I did my student teaching. Show my three statements to the student, tell the student to find the lie, share their guess. Um, you can pick a couple of a volunteer and reason behind the choice, and tell the explanations, and pass out flashcard and give some time to write down their statement and collect and select a couple of them to share voluntarily. Here is the example of a truth or dare game. I have a black belt in Taekwondo. I killed more than 2,000 mice, and I did a bungee jumping at the height of a 45-meter building. Can you guess which one is a lie? Dun, 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 dun. The answer is the first one. Did you get the right answer? The reasoning behind the first sentence is that because I want to touch my stereotypical ideas on me. The school I did my student teaching has a less than 10% of a minor races. I noticed that they are curious about my cultural background and talk about me. So I decided to open that up and have a short conversation with them in a positive way. When we did the Kahoot activities and of kids changing their name as a North Korean dictator, it is so cliche. Frank, I often count. I'm not sure sharing my cultural background helps me a lot or not, but I feel confident to share my background with the students because I hope it helps them to understand the word. It often leads to the pronunciation of my last name and my cultural backgrounds. Or you could set up another boundary. I'm thinking some of the teacher might think that do not share anything could be weakness. I'm not sure about that yet. The second sentence meant for the curiosity into science career. The third question is a somewhat personal and funny things I come up with to share my personal character. The next question is how to start. This is my timeline, how I like to do, and for ingredient I include every year. First, a survey, pretest and activity, and year plan, and classroom routines. Survey, as I mentioned earlier, you could do it using Google Form for both parents and students, especially if you are teaching somewhat culture dense area. It might help you more understand students. Pretest or activity warms students up. They start to talk and feel more comfortable. Another activity I might consider is a safety scavenger hunt. Then I want to share your plan. I believe when we know the big picture, you could do better on decision making and understanding. I am considering this year plan activity and motivational talk such as nature of science discussion. Next, I am going to touch a classroom frame. It includes assignment, classroom routine, contact method, information assessment, filing system, access leave, and etc. Anything related to make your classroom run smoothly. I feel ready when I did this with my students. Quick recap. The first day for a good start, I will consider this two goal, build a relationship and set the classroom frame. I found pretest including survey and activities easy way to start the first step for a good relationship. Classroom frame is essential part because it gives the student a routine, organize the setting that encourages them to take ownership and confidence. It took forever to do this video because nowadays I'm a bit depressed and lost myself. Hope I could get back track as soon as possible. Mentors, can you please share your ideas how to start your first day? Thank you so much watching my video again. Thank you so much watching my video again. I use my Canva for my slide design. I got the many of idea from the Utopia. I deeply appreciate if you can share how you feel about my video. Thank you.